Hey everyone, Dude Jude here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and today we're gonna take a look at the deck profile and gameplay of Dinomorphia. So, Dinomorphia is a deck that I've been playing in OCG and Master Duel for a while now, and I can say that it's one of my favorite decks right now, and can be a favorite deck of all time, depends on how long I keep playing it. But right now, I love the deck. It's a really powerful trap deck that offers really powerful boss monsters and solid disruption that just answers to a lot of meta relevant decks. And I'm just happy to show you my deck list and possible tech that you can use and replays of games. And some of those games are really spicy because I made sure that a lot of the replays come from the meta, so it's really fun. And let's get started with the deck profile. So, um, first things first, one of the main questions here is what kind of hand traps do you want to run in Dinomorphia? So for the most part, I think Ash Blossom is the best hand trap to run in any Dinomorphia build because it's a level 3 tuner that allows you to go into Psychic and Punisher for a lot of situations, really great. And Ash Blossom hits Max C, so you just want something to counter Max C. And Ash just shoots down every pot card, every search card. So yeah, very powerful hand trap. Now the question is, do you need Max C and Dinomorphia? Well, for this build, I used it for a while to test it out and see. And it's pretty effective in drawing cards. Of course, your opponents get punished whenever Maxi is alive. But then again, you can use the slot for Maxi to for stuff like Ghost Bell, which offers you anti graveyard disruption, so really powerful, and another level 3 tuner. Or you could go play safe and run infinite impermanence if you want to do that. But for the most part, it can be anything. The other three hand traps can be anything, but I chose Maxi mainly because it offers really powerful disruption, really punishing disruption for my opponent, and just stops them from doing anything uh, in most situations. But now let's go to the Dinomorphia card. So first off, we're gonna go with Miscellaneousaurus. So Miscellaneousaurus is a dinosaur monster that's one of the best dino cards ever because you can discard this card from your hand during the main phase, and it protects your dinosaurs from activated effects from the opponent. So if your opponent Regekis you, Lightning Storms you, you can use Miscellaneousaurus to protect. Or if they're gonna Imperm or Valor you, you can protect your monsters and they're unaffected. So really powerful. And another really underrated effect here is you can banish any number of dinosaur monsters from graveyard, including Miscellaneousaurus, to special summon one dinosaur monster from your deck with an equal level to the number of cards you banished. So Miscellaneousaurus can allow you to protect. It's a nice little hand trap that protects your Dinomorphia monsters while also allowing you to special summon one from deck in certain situations, and it's really handy. And yeah, only one because you kind of don't want to draw double of these. You rather want to see your Dinomorphia main deck monsters. So let's go. So the first main deck monster, of course, is Dinomorphia Theresia. So Theresia is when normal or special summon, you can directly set a Dinomorphia trap from your deck to the spell and trap zone. And then bonus effect, if your life points are 2,000 or less, this card gains 500 attack, so you instantly have a 2k attack beat stick mid game if you summon Theresia. And another effect, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish one trap from your graveyard and special summon a level 4 Dinomorphia monster that's not Theresia. So Theresia is the heart and soul of the deck. It allows you to start your plays, it allows you to set your fusion spells or counter traps directly from deck, and it's really powerful. And yeah, through Theresia, you want to see her, and you want to see her set traps directly from the deck because that starts your plays, and if your plays don't get started, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Next up, we have two Dinomorphia Diplos. So Diplos is when normal special summon, you can send one Dinomorphia card from your deck to the graveyard. And if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can deal 500 burn damage. And then the floating effect is if it's destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish a trap and special summon a level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster, and you can use that to special summon Theresia. So if Theresia can summon Diplos, Diplos can do the opposite. So Diplos is the second best main deck monster here. Well, there are only two of them, so yeah, the competition is not so much. But yeah, Diplos allows you to foolish any Dinomorphia card, and it's really good in a lot of niche situations. And it allows you to have Dinomorphia traps to copy, or you can use it to send Theresia, and then Diplos gets destroyed. You can revive Theresia from the graveyard. So yeah, very versatile card. It's not as strong as Theresia, of course, but you want to have two of them, especially for the fusion. Next, for the spells, two Fossil Dig. So Fossil Dig adds one level 6 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck to hand. I only run two of these because I feel like three is too much. You're gonna draw double high chance, and that's not something you really want, even though this spell is not once per turn. So yeah, you have two Fossil Dig in hand. You can use both to search, and this is an old card, so it's really powerful. Next, we have Pot of Duality. So Pot of Duality allows to excavate 3 and add 1, but it locks you out of special summoning. But it doesn't matter because Dinomorphia special summons fusion monsters from the extra deck during your opponent's turn. So yeah, Pot of Duality is really handy. Sad it's at 2, but hey, we have to make do with what we have here. So Pot of Duality is one of the best search cards for the deck. But the best one would be Pot of Prosperity. So Pot of Prosperity, banish 3 or 6 and excavate the same number, add 1 to your hand. This basically searches your pretty much whatever you want in your deck. And the drawback of not being able to draw cards doesn't matter. The half damage doesn't really matter unless you're trying to OTK. But Pot of Prosperity is the best pot card to have here. Sad it's at 1, but hey, it's really powerful. It's understandable. Now we go to the trap card. So Ferret Flames is a very powerful trap card that seems like it has found the best home in Dinomorphia. So Ferret Flames reads that if the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, they have to shuffle back all those monsters to the deck, and then make sure that the combined attack of the remaining monsters on the field become lesser than or equal to your life points. So it's hard to explain sometimes, but the easiest way to explain it is that, for example, if your opponent has 8,000 attack worth of monsters and you have 1,000, they have to remove 7,000 attack and have a 1,000 attack monster left, unless all of them are like 2k above. Well, they're gonna have to remove all their monsters and bring it back to their decks. Ferret Flames is the best removal option in Dinomorphia. It board wipes so many combo decks, branded, Spright, Tearlaments. It's non-targeting removal. None of them go to the graveyard. They just go back to the deck, and they can even bring back untargetable towers to the deck, and that's really insane. So yeah, one of the best normal rarity trap cards as well. So yeah, Ferret Flames is great. Next we have Trap Trick. So Trap Trick allows you to banish one normal trap card and set one card of the same name directly to the deck, and you can directly activate it the same turn it was set. The only drawback here is you can only activate one trap card for the rest of the turn. But yeah, Trap Trick has a lot of targets here. And since you need to make sure that you have as many trap cards as possible, and you want your play started, or you need enough disruption, you need to have Trap Trick to make sure your deck is a bit more consistent, especially with the lack of pots hurting the deck. With less pots to work with only 3 of them, you have to make sure that you're drawing a lot. Or you have to make sure that you're activating a lot of trap cards, your board is pretty solid. So Trap Trick does that. Now we're going with the Dinomorphia traps here. So first is Dinomorphia Domain. Dinomorphia Domain, pay half your life points during the main phase and fusion summon one Dinomorphia monster. And then for every normal trap of Dinomorphia, if your life points are 2000 or less, you can banish this card and you take no burn damage. So Dinomorphia Domain, the easiest way to explain this is that it's like branded fusion. You can fusion from hand, deck, or field by paying half your life points. This is the bread and butter fusion trap card, and it's really powerful. It just allows you to get your play started. Next, we have Dinomorphia Alert. Dinomorphia Alert is a monster reborn of up to 2 Dinomorphia monsters in your graveyard whose levels equal 8 or less. So you pretty much revive any Dinomorphia card. You can revive 2 level 4s, a level 6, or a level 8, depending on the situation. And the only drawback here is that you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dinomorphia monsters. So keep that in mind just in case you want to summon this and want to extend a bit more because you're going to be locked into Dinomorphia. Next is Dinomorphia Brew. Pretty straightforward card. Pay half your life points, destroy one Dinomorphia monster you control, and one card your opponent controls. Really powerful removal that allows you to take out floodgates, take out field spells, or take out monsters to prevent your opponent from extending. Next is my favorite fusion trap in Dinomorphia, and it's Dinomorphia Frenzy, and it's here in Royal Finish. So Dinomorphia Frenzy can only be activated during your opponent's main phase, where you pay half your life points and fusion summon one Dinomorphia monster from your extra deck using one monster from deck and one monster from extra deck. So this is arguably the best fusion card in the deck after Domain or over Domain because it allows you to use one of each material from main deck and extra deck, which is very efficient. And it just allows you to kick off your plays. You can instantly summon Rexterm with this, hence why this is in the picture. But yeah, really powerful fusion trap, and you want to see this so often. Next, for the counter traps, we have Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment is a card that says no, negates normal and special summons, negates spell and trap card activations, and since it pays half, it benefits Dinomorphia so much. Next, we have Debunk. Debunk negates hand or graveyard effects and banishes the card. This is anti-hand trap tech, and this is also anti-graveyard tech, so decks like Tearlaments hate this. And you can hit any generic hand trap with this, so really powerful. Next, we have Solemn Strike. So Solemn Strike negates special summons or monster effects by paying 1,500 life points. There are some situations where this card is dead in the deck because you already have less than 1/5. So this is situational, but early game this is really good. And mid game sometimes this works, but yeah, having this early on in your opening hand really sets up a lot of plays, really opens up the game for you. And last for the main deck, Dinomorphia Sonic. So Dinomorphia Sonic negates any spell trap card and while you control the Dinomorphia monster, where you pay half to negate and then destroy the Dinomorphia monster you control. So this is pretty powerful. And also bonus effect if your life points are 2,000 or less, and if you would take battle damage, you can banish this to save your turn, save a battle. So really good. Now for the extra deck. 3 Dinomorphia Kentrigina. So Dinomorphia Kentrigina loses attack equal to your life points. So the lower your life points are, the higher her attack becomes. And then her other effect, her main effect, allows you to pay half, banish one Dinomorphia normal trap, and it copies that trap card's effect. So you can use this to fusion again using Frenzy and Domain. You can copy Alert to revive. You can copy Brute for disruption. Really powerful. And its floating effect is that it can revive any level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster. So this can revive Theresia and Diplos. Next is Dinomorphia Stealthburgia. So Dinomorphia Stealthburgia, if your life points are 2,000 or less, you do not need to pay LP to activate trap cards or Dinomorphia monster effects, which is handy. And when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can deal burn damage equal to the monster's attack. And the floating effect, this can also summon Theresia and Diplos from graveyard. So next, the big boss of the deck, Dinomorphia Rexterm. So Rexterm is a walking floodgate where your opponent cannot activate effects of monsters they control that have attack greater than or equal to your life points. So if they have 1000 attack, for example, they can't activate monsters with 1000 or more attack, but they can activate anything that's 900 below. So the other quick effect here is you can pay half your life points, and the attack of all monsters your opponent controls become equal to your LP. So example, you have 1000 life points. If you pay using Rexterm's effect, where your life points becomes 500, your opponent's monsters attacks become 500. So really powerful walking floodgate, and you want this on your field as soon as possible because it prevents your opponent from activating any monster effects. This is a walking skill drain, and it's really nasty. And its floating effect, you can special summon a level 6 or lower Dinomorphia monster. So this can revive any Dinomorphia monster except itself. Now for the extra deck, we can have Psychic and Punisher. Psychic and Punisher can be made using Ash Blossom and a level 8, which is Rexterm. And this is a powerful game-ending monster where it gains attack based on the difference between your life points and your opponent's. And since your life points get lower and your opponent kind of doesn't usually, you can have a huge 8k, 9k, 10k beater, which is almost indestructible. Next, we have the Evil Czars. Ladgia is a spell trap negate, or pretty much a walking solemn judgment, by detaching 2 materials. Evil Czar Dolka negates monster effects. You can detach, and this is not once per chain. You can use Dolka in the same chain twice if you want to. Abyss Dweller prevents graveyard effects. So decks like Tearlaments and Branded, you can shut them down a bit. Next, we have Baguska. Baguska pretty much stuns your main board by putting everything in your opponent's side to defense position. But yeah, Baguska is really powerful, but I only put it here for niche situations, just in case I can't extend. So this is a safety option, and it's a really good option because it's SR, it's really budget. Next, we have Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. So this is only here because if you get Baguska'd yourself, you can use 2 effect monsters to summon Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, attack over the Baguska because Codebreaker has 2300 attack, higher than the defense of Baguska. So that's the deck, that's a Dinomorphia deck, and let's get ready for the replays. So we have a couple of replays here from rank, and this is both this season and last season. So we're gonna go from bottom up. So we're gonna play games against play replays of games against Branded, Tearlaments, and Spright for the most part. And I think there's one Dragon Wing here, so it's pretty much meta. So the opening hand here, as you can see, we don't have a fusion trap, and we're going second against a Spright board. So let's fast forward here because their Spright board is pre-loaded. So they're gonna go Sprint, they're gonna go Nimble Package, they're gonna go Swamp Frog. So they're gonna go Gigantic to search any Spright here. This is just full combo, the normal Spright line. So they're gonna go Spright Elf. So Elf to extend, and that's gonna be nasty. And they're gonna keep extending, not once per turn, so make Melfi. So Spright and Melfi, so crazy. They have Melfi Catty, they have IP Masquerena protected by the Spright Elf, and they're gonna go Spright Starter for Spright Carrot, and then they have 2 back row, and this is a pretty insane board. And then they have Melfi Catty on field. So this is a pretty standard Spright board. So yeah. Facing against these and you have trap cards, well, set 5 pass. And they're gonna revive using Elf. So they're gonna make Avramax here for a big beater. This is a really powerful threat. So what we wanna do here is we need to get this fusion off. make sure it doesn't get negated. So that's the main goal. So they're gonna go all in attack position. So I triggered my domain. And they didn't negate it for some weird reason. And they're gonna activate their Melfi. I negate it with Solemn Strike. Then I use Kentragina. And then they try to imperm, so I go with Solemn Judgment to shut it down. So I'm gonna make a Rexterm. Now in this position, they can't really attack over, and then I shoot with Ferret Flames, and they're gonna bounce their board except for Melfi of the Forest. So I'm gonna go Dinomorphia Frenzy here. Make another Kentragina, so I have a really powerful beat stick. And they're gonna go Spright Double Cross. However, this game is done. They surrender because they don't have anything to counter that. Next match is, I think this is a Tearlaments one. Another going second one. So, Dinomorphia, despite being a trap deck, is actually pretty solid going second compared to strategies like Eldritch and Labyrinth. So we have a pretty decent hand. Going first, this is great. Going second is pretty solid as well. So let's just go with whatever board they make. So they're gonna go with the Tearlaments board here. Start with Shiren. They're gonna mill my cards. They're gonna mill their cards. The usual. They have Crime, really powerful Diviner. Sends Agido. So they're gonna mill 10 on my end. So that's kind of nasty. They're gonna go Kitkalos. Go Rhino Heart, Kitkalos, and summon Rhino Heart. And then they're gonna mill even more. They hit 2 tier names. That's kind of crazy. They're gonna go Rule Kalos. They're gonna extend. They're gonna go Baron the Fleur, which is powerful, undeniable. So going second, yeah. Well, this is a crazy good hand. So yeah, going second, I feel confident with this one. And as you can see, I'm gonna go Ponth Duality. They don't negate that, so we're gonna get Solemn Judgment. They don't even negate my Dinomorphia Theresia, so I'm gonna set Alert and then set all trap cards. So they're gonna shuffle back the Alert, which is weird because they could have tried guessing here. However, yeah, they just chose the safe option. Okay, so I'm gonna activate Domain here. They're gonna chain Rule Kalos and activate Ferret Flames to bait the Baron, and then I'm gonna go Rexterm. So I get Kentragina out. Flames and Domain get negated, but doesn't matter because they're out of negate. So I'm gonna go with Rexterm here. They're gonna go Battle, but I use Rexterm's effect to lower the attack, and Baron is gone. So we're gonna go here. They're gonna go Havness, negate with Ash. However, they have Crime and negate with Solemn Judgment, and they scoop. So pretty much win the game outright there. Really powerful. Next up, we have... I forgot this matchup, but hey, we're gonna go with this. Can't remember if this is the Dragon Lord one. Hey, decent hand. Going second, they're gonna go this Branded Bestial, I think. Pile deck, they kind of pass. They don't have a decent board, so we can take advantage of that. Go Fossil Dig, get Miscellaneous Saurus, protect. We're gonna set Frenzy, we're gonna go Battle. But they super poly into a Masquerade. So Masquerade is nasty because we pay half our life points. They're gonna deal 600 burn. So we have to summon as soon as possible. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna trigger Dinomorphia Frenzy here quickly. I'm gonna go Kentragina. I'm gonna fire off Kentragina to get Rexterm on board. By the way, Rexterm doesn't negate continuous effects, so this will keep burning. So they have Branded Fusion. We're gonna negate that with Sonic, so I don't want to see them use Branded Fusion. Now they're gonna draw 2, banish 1. And we're at least at a kind of safe position. But they're gonna do Branded Explosion. They're gonna give me... Well, they're gonna give me an ad libitum. But I ferret both monsters. We're gonna kill that Masquerade. We're gonna go Theresia to set Trap card. We're gonna go Codebreaker just to remove have to remove the ad libitum because it might put us at risk. We're gonna go alert. Special summon 2 level 4s. Use their effects. Deal burn, set 1 from deck. Really powerful. So we're gonna make Lagia here because they have back row and they have lots of spell cards. We're just gonna beat them over. Gonna activate this. I'm gonna negate that, but they have branded in red. They're gonna fusion into Despian Quiritus, but they cannot activate their effects because of Rexterm. So they're just gonna wall up here, but we're gonna use alert again to summon 2 level 4s. Gonna make an Evil Czar on our turn. And we draw Fairy Flame, so very great insurance. We're gonna beat over everything. And we're gonna negate Masquerade with a debunk for game. So that's really fun. Now, next up, we have, I think, we have a Dragon Link player. So, decent going first board. So, I was using Ghost Bell over Maxi on this one, so you can see the value. So, I banished 6, but they use Ash Blossom. So, yeah, we're just gonna set 3 and then pass. Frenzy Alert and Trap Trick, which allows you to just get a lot of resources. I'm gonna trigger Frenzy early. They're gonna Ash that, but I'm gonna Trap Trick into a domain so I can reuse that Frenzy with Kentrigina. So we're gonna go domain. That's gonna be the last trap we activate. We're gonna go Kent. Kent activate to get Frenzy, and we're gonna get Rexterm online. So they have a Hieratic, which bounces your cards. Kinda nasty, but it's fine. They're gonna go with their usual Dragon Link plays with White Dragon and Black Dragon. Go Rocket with Chaos Ruler, but Chaos Ruler can't mill the deck. They're gonna go Battle, but they realize their mistake there. They're gonna go Hot Red, and they're gonna revive, but we're gonna Ghost Spell that Chaos Ruler. We don't want to see that. So Hieratic bounces, and they're gonna negate my Kent, but well, we're gonna beat over that Hot Red. That's gonna be troublesome. So we're gonna alert. We're gonna set some traps with the 2 level 4s. We're gonna get Frenzy again. And we're gonna go Brute, but I made a misplay because Kentrigina is negated for the rest of the turn. They're gonna go Magnemite and Saronir here. There's not much they can do, I hope. Forgot to set Solemn, that's a mistake. Don't ever forget to set because you could have stopped this one. But hey, we have Rexterm online again, and they're gonna go IP Masquerade, which they can also activate, which is sad. They're gonna go Access Code, but they did not read Rexterm, so Access Code is dead. They're gonna go Chaos Ruler, but we're gonna use Rexterm effect to just make sure they don't beat over anything. So they're gone. They're surrendering. Now we're gonna go with a pretty crazy 14-turn duel here against Branded. And I guess this is a way to showcase how resilient the deck is despite tech like Super Poly ruining your day. So let's just go. So they're gonna go with the usual. So we're going second here again, which is kind of funny. So they're gonna negate Branded Fusion. We just don't want to see that, dude. They're gonna set 4 here. And they're gonna battle, so we don't really have much to do here, so that's kind of sad. But we're just gonna let them battle if as long as we're safe. So this is a pretty okay position. We have 2 negates, so we're just gonna keep getting hit by this, so our life points get lower. We get domain, so we can finally start some plays. So we go domain, Kentrigina out. We activate Kentrigina, they Imperm, and I Sonic, and I remember that Sonic destroys Kent. So I just summon another Kent, which is fine. And then I can use Kent's effect to bring back the Teresia. We can set a Frenzy to deck, which is crazy. We saw them the Bestial. They get a Saronir, which is fine. They're gonna get Branded Fusion back. We're gonna Solemn that again. However, this is where it gets kind of dicey because they have another Bestial, which is fine. They're gonna Saronir, they're gonna Druis Worm, and then they're gonna use Regain. We Bestial, but they have Super Poly, which is kind of sad. And as you can see, they have Lethal on board, but thankfully we have Sonic in graveyard, so they prevent that prevents us from dying. And then we have Frenzy. We're pretty comfy here. And then we have Alert. So we have... And then an Ash. So... They're gonna Maxi preemptively. We're gonna Ash that, thankfully. We're gonna go with Alert and Frenzy. Go Rexstorm instantly. We're gonna go Revive Camp. And that's gonna stop them for a while. They're gonna go Bestial Rebellion. But they can't really attack. So we're gonna go Alert. And they torrential us, which is fine because they triggered all our burn effects. We get Alert again. So we're gonna revive pretty much everyone here. Almost everyone. 2 level 4s, 3 level 4s, and then Ken. We're gonna go Labia here, which is fine. They're gonna revive Druis Worm here, but we don't want to see that. We're gonna kill Dragostapelia. They're gonna send my Labia to graveyard, which is all good. But we have an Alert, we're confident. So they're gonna go Light and Dark. We're gonna revive Rexstorm just to get advantage here. But they're gonna go Druis Worm again. This is annoying, but hey. This is part of the grind game. They're gonna send Druis Worm, and they're gonna send Rexstorm to the graveyard, but that doesn't matter. They're trying to destroy my Frenzy, but we make another Rexstorm. They're gonna banish the other Rexstorm, but yeah, they can't really do anything because of the Rexstorm effect. Oh, they're gonna destroy Rexstorm, but hey, we have floating effects for days, that's fine. We're gonna go Dolka to negate that Druis Worm once and for all. So we're gonna negate using Dolka. 1 negate. Then we're gonna set the debunk so we have extra disruption. And they pretty much don't have anything here. So we're gonna attack and we're gonna go 10 for game, which is more than enough. That was a crazy 14-turn duel. Final duel is against one of my favorite decks of all time, and that's Cyber Dragon Spright. And that's I made a video of that a few months ago, and now we're gonna face it. Last replay of the day, we have to make it good. So they're gonna go Cyber Dragon 4 here. They're gonna go the Cyber Dragon Spright line without the Galaxy Soldier. So we're just gonna watch them make their decent board here. Really powerful board. I'd argue Cyber Dragon Spright is the best way to play Cyber Dragon. So in Master Duel right now. So yeah, they're gonna go the usual IT and pretty powerful construction right here. So we're gonna get Fossil Dig. They're gonna Ash that. They're probably thinking we're on Dino, pure Dino. I Ash that Spright Blue. I just don't want another name in their hand. We're gonna set 3 and pass. We're gonna Solemn Strike that Gigantic. We don't want another Spright name. They're gonna go Domain, but we have Frenzy, so we're gonna Rex Term and Kentragina here. We get 1 draw. So we just shotgun the effect of Rex Term just to stop them from doing anything. And make our life points go over to 1000. So they're gonna crash into Rex with Avermax, which is fine. We're gonna we're gonna send Teresa to field. They're gonna make another Spright Elf to extend, and we can't really stop them from doing this. We're gonna add extra disruption. They have Spright Starter. I think I'd argue they might have gone for a Smashers instead because that kind of wrecks my deck. They're gonna banish my Teresa with the Soul Sweeper. Thing is, we have Frenzy, we have Debunk, we have Place, we have Alert. They're gonna banish my Teresa again, which is weird, but hey. We're gonna Alert here with Rex Term. And they're gonna Gamma Burst, but I'm gonna Rex Term, so their attack points are back to low values. So we're gonna activate Frenzy, we're gonna debunk that, and that's pretty much game. And that's it for our Dinomorphia deck guide and gameplay. And it was a pretty long video, but I wanted you guys to show I want to show you how powerful Dinomorphia is, and I hope this makes you think of getting the deck, although it's really expensive, 330 URs for every UR Dinomorphia card, but hey, it's a really powerful deck, and it's really solid against the meta, maybe except decks with super polymerization. We were lucky to have played through one in the replays, but yeah. But if you're looking for a really powerful trap deck you want to use in future formats, Dinomorphia is my recommendation, and it's one of my favorite decks right now. And that's it. So if you have any tips and advice for Dinomorphia, if you want to know any other deck and want to see a guide on it, you can leave it in the comment section. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want more Master Duel content, you can subscribe to this channel. That would be really great to help it grow. And that's it for the video, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So goodbye, guys.